Hello, everybody. I'm Anthony Crane with Pocket Coach, and today I want to. We're not going to actually do a skill video. This is just a video that I was asked to make. So I have a lot of friends who are asking me if I'm afraid of AI, if I have fears about the future, and I'm not. And so after explaining myself, a few people were like, "You should make a video." I said, "All right, well, I make lots of videos." And oddly, most of the people asking me are not in the tech industry. They're like everyday folk. But even some in the tech industry have encouraged me to make this. So here we go. Why I'm not afraid of AI. I'm going to open up a timer. I'm going to try to keep this to 5 minutes. I hope I can do that. There's my 5 minute timer. We'll hit start. Okay. So why I am not afraid of AI. So why are people afraid of AI? I had to think about that first, right? And so the number one, I think, thing is I can lose my job to AI, and then there's ethical concerns, loss of control, unintended consequences. Let's looking at loss of my job. That's been a fact ever since automation became a thing, right? Like a lot of people have been losing jobs to automation, and what do? They find other jobs that still use their incredible human skills. So I'm not afraid of losing my job because I'll get a job anyway. It'll just be a job in the new world instead of a job in the old world. So that just doesn't frighten me. What's interesting is it used to be like blue collar workers that were afraid. Now white collar workers are starting to realize they might be replaceable, and so the fear is at another level for people. Um, Ethical concerns, we got to make sure that AIs are not biased the way, and the programmers are biased, right? Things like that. Loss of control. Hey, if the AIs take over the world, what happens then? And unintended consequences. AI is wanting to take over the world. So these are all things people are afraid of, and I'm not. And as we go through this, I'll show you why. So first, I've really learned that AIs are dumb. If you ever saw the Jeopardy program where IBM Watson competed against the three most winning Jeopardy champions of all time, and the question was, will the Watson win? And my lay people friends were like, of course it's going to win. It's an AI. It has access to the whole internet. It's going to know everything. And I'm like, yeah, but it's got to search it. and the questions on Jeopardy are puns. Computers are not good at puns, right? And they got to ask in a form of a question, and they got to do it faster than the human can tap. So the amount of speed is incredible. The being able to translate puns, that's incredible. So it's not an easy thing. In the end, the AI won. Watson won. Spoiler alert. Hopefully, you guys have seen it already. It was quite a while ago. But here's the thing: when the AI was wrong, it was so wrong that the whole audience would just laugh because no human would have been dumb enough to think that was the right answer. But that's the point. The computer is a computer. It doesn't understand how wrong a wrong answer is. It just makes its best guess based on algorithms. So there's no common sense involved. So what we've learned is that AI work best when humans and AIs pair. I don't think we're going to see a world where AI does everything. I think we're going to see a world where humans and AI work together to do incredible things. So I have two examples of this. One is Star Trek. Right? In Star Trek, they always are like, computer, how do we blah, 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 right? The computer just sits there hanging out, man. It's part of the ship. But it's the humans who have the questions, who are doing the exploring and who are trying to figure out how to navigate situations. And they use the computer as a partner, a very intelligent AI partner. My other example here is Hello Sammy. So I had this. I'm an agile coach, as you probably know, and so I go into a client site and I can imagine having my own little personal AI named Sammy that I could load into the system. And I'm like, all right, Sammy, go in there and take a look at all their agile tools and tell me the patterns that you're seeing and the anti patterns that probably shouldn't be there. Sammy's like, all right, boss, got it. Well, I see that their stories have no acceptance criteria and their features don't sound like product features at all. And there's no sign of a portfolio anywhere that is, and nothing is influencing prioritization. And I'm like, oh, thanks, Sammy. Well, I'll tell you what, look up the people who are associated with the changes and book me meetings with them all week and next week as well. And Sammy's like, way ahead of you, boss. I already booked them. Your first one's tomorrow at 9 a.m. And I'm like, well, Sammy, do you want to go ahead and run that meeting too? And Sammy says, no way, boss. I know my limitations. You humans are messy. So it's an AI, and it would have taken me weeks or months to find those patterns on my own. But Sammy was able to crawl through it and book my meetings all just like that. But I'm still doing the fun work of going in and talking to folks about change. And that's what I'm great at, right? Some people say, well, what if we were to say to an AI, how do we save the planet? And the AI is like, well, let's see, the humans are destroying it, so destroy the humans. Right? So that's one of the fears, is that the AIs will decide that humans are bad for the planet. And so what we need to do, though, is we're programming these AIs. And so given that all life is sacred, now, how do we save the planet? The solutions are going to be quite different. Maybe the only solution is to get to new planets. And now the AIs work to figure out how to, go faster than light. How exciting would that be to partner with the AIs to figure that out? That's a much more hopeful thing to look at. The AIs are like, humans are amazing. We can't just kill them. We got to figure out how to protect the Earth, the humans, and ourselves, right? So, that's my take on it. All right, I'm out of my first 5 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and reset my timer, and I'm going to set a second 5-minute timer. So hopefully I'm almost done. It's only like 2 slides left. Okay. So next, will people trust AI? Well, we already are. So here in Arizona, I think California are the only 2 states right now, I believe, and I think we were first. We have self-driving cars, and they're everywhere. When I first saw them, I thought they were mapping. I thought these were mapping cars, mapping out roads for like Google or something. And then one day I looked inside and there's no one in there. And I'm like, what the? It's a self-driving car just hanging out, driving around. So we have them, and I've taken them. And I got to tell you, I love them. Did this put Uber drivers out of a job? I don't know, not yet. I don't think that Uber's seeing an impact yet. Maybe though, I have to do the research. But guess what? Uber was formed in 2009. It's not been around all that long anyway. So yeah, it was great while it lasted. If that goes away, that's okay. Those drivers will find the next big thing to do in the new world, right? We're going to always be creative, clever humans. But I love these self-driving cars. You get in, and the car is always super clean, right? And you don't have to carry on a conversation if you're not in the mood. And there's a human available, because again, human and AI together is the power combination. So there's humans who you can contact while you're in the car. And while you're in there, as soon as you get in, the car's like, "Welcome, Anthony." And you're like, "Oh, I'm in the future." When you get closer to your destination, "We will arrive at your destination in 1 minute. Please gather your belongings." And it's so great. Like, I feel so futuristic. So for me, it's a joy. And honestly, I take whatever's cheaper. So if an Uber's cheaper, I plus tip, right? Because I don't have to tip the robot. So if the Uber is cheaper, I take that. And if the Waymo is cheaper, I take the Waymo instead. Waymo is the brand of car that we use here. Um, so far future. Okay. I just recently read these books, like just a couple months ago. I finished the third of the 3, and I hear a fourth one's coming, and I heard they might even be making a movie or a TV show out of the first one. But this Children of Time, Children of Ruin, Children of Memory trilogy, possibly 4 quadrilogy. They talk a lot about what is the meaning of life, right? And so they have spiders that are uplifted to human intelligence. They have octopi that are, uplifted to human intelligence. Then they have truly alien microorganisms that don't even understand what the universe is until they unfortunately infect a human being. And then they have an AI, and then they have a simulation that thinks that people think maybe that's alive. So as they look at all those meanings of life, in the end, what is the far future? Is it AI rights, right? That doesn't scare me, right? Yeah, if we have AIs that want rights, the minute they want rights, they should have them. To me, that's as simple as that. There's a great part where these birds are like, the birds in the books. People are like, "Are you sentient?" And the bird's like, we don't think so, but we don't think anybody else is either." And it's like, what is the definition of sentience? So if I'm going to keep it as simple as possible, I'm going to say, if you think you're sentient, I'm going to say you are. if if you think you deserve rights, then I think you deserve rights. So I think that this would end up being a partnership again. We can work together with the AIs to do amazing things, and they can have equal rights. Who cares? Like, it sounds like a beautiful future to me. So in the end, as I look at all these things, I am not afraid of artificial intelligence. And there's my video. I hope that you find this at least entertaining, if not informational. So my name is Anthony Crane. I'm going to stop my share. Ooh. And I will see you guys on the next video. There it is.